Welcome back to the 90 More podcast. My name is Kosi. Welcome back to brand new video. We are looking at the best player at every Premier League club in this season so far. It is the international break, so we have some time to reflect on such content. Now, if this video gets to 100 likes, I'll be the worst player at every Premier League team so far. Number one, I've gone with Arsenal, and it's definitely Gabriel Jesus. We thought about a couple of these ones with my crew, and we decided Gabriel Jesus is the best Arsenal player for me. 4 goals so far, 3 assists, 7 goal contributions in 7 games for Arsenal. I don't think there is any better players. Saliba and Granit Xhaka are very, very great shouts at the moment so far in the season, but Mikel Arteta buying Gabriel Jesus could have been one of the turning points for Arsenal this season. Number 2 is Manchester City. I've gone with Erling Haaland. I think Kevin De Bruyne is being a little bit hard done by here, because with 6 assists, you must mention him. He must get a special mention for Manchester City's Kevin De Bruyne. But for me, Erling Haaland has been absolutely unstoppable. 11 goals in 7 games for Manchester City in the Premier League. I think around 12 goals now. In all competitions that he's played for Manchester City, he's absolutely unstoppable. So Erling Haaland for Manchester City, best player so far. Number 3, Tottenham Hotspur. It should be Harry Kane. And it is Harry Kane. 6 goals for them this campaign and 1 assist. That is 7 goal involvements for Tottenham Hotspur in 7 games. They're absolutely fire. They're absolutely flying. And Harry Kane is also flying. So in my opinion, Harry Kane is the best player at Tottenham Hotspur so far. Yes, I thought about Pierre-Emerick Højbjerg. I thought about Rodrigo Bentancur and Dejan Kulusevski. But we've got to agree on this one. As England go into the World Cup, they are so lucky that Harry Kane is in absolute form. Number 4 is Brighton. I've gone with Alexis Mac Allister. Now, this one was not an easy one for me to decide. I asked a couple of people around me, is it Moises Caicedo, or do we go for Trossard? And we agreed on Alexis Mac Allister. Now, Mac Allister, 4 goals for Brighton this campaign. 3 of them are actually penalties, but who cares? He's been absolutely flying for them. Actually, that performance against Leicester City, where they beat Leicester 5 goals, I was so impressed with Alexis Mac Allister. So for me, Brighton so far, I will go with Alexis Mac Allister, but a great shout out to Moises Caicedo and a great shout out to Leandro Trossard as well. Number 5 is Manchester United, and I've gone with Christian Eriksen. I think it's been absolutely revolutionary. The signing for Erik ten Hag, playing alongside Bruno Fernandes in that midfield. They absolutely tore apart Arsenal, and I thought they were really good against Liverpool. I think they don't get the respect they deserve. Christian Eriksen, a free signing. I don't think you're going to get so many bargain signings on a free, and they're going to give you that Premier League experience, that quality in Christian Eriksen. Number 6 is Fulham. I've gone with Joao Palhinha. Now, this one is a little bit controversial, and I'm going to ask for your help in the comment section. Is it Joao Palhinha? Is it Alexander Mitrovic? I've gone with 2 of them. Joao Palhinha is the leading tackler in the Premier League with 32 tackles so far. And of course, the goals from Alexander Mitrovic just keep on coming. So far in the league, Mitrovic 6 goals for Fulham. I mean, he's put them in a position none of us expected them to be in. I thought they were going to be fighting for relegation. I thought they were going to be 13th, 14th, probably 12th. They are really doing very well in the Premier League. So Alexander Mitrovic and Joao Palhinha, choose one. Mine is Joao Palhinha, best player at Fulham so far. Definitely, by a mile, for me is Joao Palhinha. Number 7 is Chelsea, Raheem Sterling. I think in this Chelsea side right now, it's very easy to choose your best player and your worst player. They're really struggling. They've already sacked Thomas Tuchel. They brought in a new manager in Graham Potter. Will they actually come back? Will it work out with Graham Potter? He's not really yet tested in the Premier League. He's so lucky and so unlucky at the same time. But Raheem Sterling has been a very good signing for them. Currently, 3 goals for them in the league. I think by a mile, you can stand, stare, and declare that Raheem Sterling is the best player at Chelsea right now. Number 8 is Liverpool. I've gone with Roberto Firmino. I think it's been absolutely class. Liverpool have not really started the season off very well. I think they just need to find their form. They just need to find their usual footing, and I know they will be back. But for now, I think Roberto Firmino has been very good for them. A couple of goals in that 9-0 thrashing against Bournemouth, and a couple of goals as well in the league for them, just to make sure that they pick up a few results. I thought about Luis Diaz as well. Very, very, very outstanding this season, Luis Diaz. But I've gone with Roberto Firmino. I think that extra level of experience that he brings to the team, the way he plays, the way he allows others play, and the way he allows the likes of Harvey Elliott and the likes of Thiago to express themselves as midfielders is absolutely fantastic. Number 9 is Brentford, and of course it's one man, Ivan Toney. He's been so brilliant this campaign. Of course, Gareth Southgate did call him for England squad, and I think he really, really deserved it. Ivan Toney this season, is there another striker that really signed for Arsenal apart from Ivan Toney? I don't think so. 5 goals and 2 assists so far. Look, this season, he's going to score more than 15 goals, Ivan Toney. And if he does that, he's going to get a big money move to Manchester United, Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool. I think all these clubs, with all due respect, should be thinking about Ivan Toney. So for me, Brentford, definitely it should be Ivan Toney. A big shout out to Ibrahim Mbeumo as well, who I think is massively underrated in this Brentford side. Number 10 is Newcastle, and I've gone with goalkeeper Nick Pope. Now, Newcastle, they're a very, very difficult side to judge. A couple of players have had mediocre performances, and a couple of players have had very, very good performances. But I think Nick Pope has been absolutely outstanding. 30-year-old goalkeeper has been one of the best in the league. Actually, so far, in terms of making saves, no goalkeeper has made more saves than Nick Pope, 30 in the Premier League. So, Nick Pope, new signing. What a signing by Newcastle. What a signing. I'm going to say best goalkeeper in the league so far. Best player at Newcastle right about now. Number 11 is Leeds United, and I've gone with Rodrigo. Of course, the Spaniard is 31. I was really not expecting that. I was not expecting Rodrigo to be 31, but he's been absolutely flying for Leeds United, scoring 4 goals already in his first 5 games for Leeds United, picking up a couple of points for them as well. I think they're really, really changed under Jesse Marsch. They're going to be a very difficult side to beat. Going to be a very, very decent side this campaign. But Rodrigo is one player that really deserves a big shout out. One player that I really, really think about, if not Rodrigo at Leeds United, is of course that man, Brendan Aronson. But for now, it should be Rodrigo. Next is Bournemouth. They have not really had a very good start to the Premier League season. I think that 9-0 thrashing against Liverpool was a little bit abysmal from them. But I'm going to go with Philip Billing. He's been quite that average guy in the Premier League, but quite outstanding for Bournemouth. 2 goals so far for them in this Premier League campaign. I think no one will argue with me. The likes of Dominic Solanke have not yet brought that championship form to the Premier League. So Philip Billing is the only player at Bournemouth that I would really say has been quite outstanding. Number 13 is Everton, and I've gone with Jordan Pickford, one of the best goalkeepers in the Premier League, one of the best English goalkeepers in the world. For me, Jordan Pickford is 30, and he should be starting for England. This season, Everton have not really started off very well as well, just like a couple of other Premier League sides, but I think they will find their footing and they will be coming back very, very soon. But one of the reasons as to why they're not in the relegation zone is Jordan Pickford. He's already made 26 Premier League saves this campaign. Very vital saves for them against Liverpool to pick up a point in the Merseyside derby, something they have not done in a very, very long time. So for me, Jordan Pickford deserves a massive shout out for Everton. Number 14 is Southampton, and for me, for Southampton, there is only one man, and that is the German international Amel Bella-Kotchap. Now, the performances at Southampton in the Premier League have actually earned him a place on the German international team. You can only imagine this guy is absolutely outstanding. In this Southampton side that don't really look very good offensively and defensively, they look very, very stagnant. I think they lack ideas. I think this team really needs very good players in the future transfer markets. But I'm going to say Amel Bella-Kotchap has been very outstanding for them. At number 15 is Aston Villa, and I've gone with Jacob Ramsey. Now, no one can argue with me with Aston Villa. They've really, really massively underperformed their expectations this campaign. They're really struggling. They're losing points. They're drawing games just for fun. And I'm going to say Steven Gerrard is really under very, very big criticism. But I'm going to say Jacob Ramsey is one of the outstanding players in that team. There are not so many outstanding performances. There are not so many outstanding talents. I think they have a very good squad. They have very good players in there. It's either the organization or the tactics that are actually not working out, or the motivation in the side. I'm going to go with Jacob Ramsey just because I need to slot a player in there. But if there was a chance that I don't pick anyone from Aston Villa, I'll definitely pick no one. And number 16 is Crystal Palace, and it should be Joachim Andersen. The ball-playing centre-back is really on fire. Now, last season, I thought I really admired him. I thought a couple of clubs should have explored the opportunity to sign him. No club actually came in for him, and it's absolutely crazy for Patrick Vieira's side. So Crystal Palace, yeah, I think Wilfried Zaha is on fire. I think the likes of Eberezer Eze will also bring in very good performances this campaign. But for now, I've gone with Joachim Andersen. The centre-back is really on fire. Creating chances, trying to create chances from deeper areas as well. Joachim Andersen, you really admire his confidence and his passing ability as well. And number 17 is Wolverhampton Wanderers, another team that I think is massively underperforming and underachieving. I don't know what Bruno Lage is doing in the Premier League. I don't know what he's doing at this side. I think they have so many good players in Pedro Neto, the likes of Ruben Neves, the likes of Goncalo Guedes. The fact that they're not creating chances, the fact that they're not scoring goals is absolutely appalling. They're a little bit unlucky that the likes of Sasa Kalozic have actually picked up injuries. But I'm going to say Wolverhampton Wanderers, let's go with Ruben Neves. Otherwise, we might go with no one else in this team. I thought about the likes of Collins and Kilman, and I'm gonna go with Ruben Neves. I think the midfield is their best asset. They really look good in the midfield, winning the ball back, passing it around, and making sure they have possession all the time. Ruben Neves, Moutinho, that partnership is still cruising in the Premier League. It's still cruising a couple of Premier League clubs. So Ruben Neves for me, for Wolverhampton Wanderers, best player by a mile. Number 19 is Nottingham Forest. I cannot actually find one player for Nottingham Forest, so I've gone with the goalkeeper, Dean Henderson. 29 saves in the Premier League so far, 2 penalty saves. This guy is absolutely unreal. Now, I was watching a couple of shows on the Sky Sports, and they said Dean Henderson should not be going to Qatar for the World Cup with England. And are they mad? They definitely need someone to save the penalties. For me, Dean Henderson, the fact that he's already served 2 penalties for Nottingham Forest, 29 saves this campaign, he's a very good shot stopper. My problem with him probably is playing the ball out from the back. That could be the problem. But Dean Henderson, decent guy. At number 20 is Leicester City. Now, if you've said Leicester City, no one player has been impressive at Leicester City, I think you're a little bit wrong. Yes, they've been absolutely appalling. They've been so bad this campaign, but they have one good player. And of course, that guy, right from the last 3 years, he's their best player, James Maddison. I think he's really underrated. I think he doesn't get the respect he deserves. The fact that he's being left out of this England squad all the time is absolutely disrespectful. James Maddison, again, another interesting talent. 3 goals this campaign, 1 assist for Leicester City. Look, if they have anything this campaign, it is definitely due to James Maddison. Like I said, 100 likes and will be the worst player at every Premier League side this season so far. See you soon.